All right, there was a couple things I was thinking about that I would love for OPR to do. These are things that I would say in the OPR meetups, and I'm not sure if my typing will come across in the way that I want it to be expressed. Sometimes I type something in, I don't type it in very well, and he misinterprets it. Talking about Tano, and he has a different vision of what I was trying to say because it's just a limited amount of time. He's thinking on the fly, and so I just wanted to make this video and see what you guys all thought. And if it's a good idea, or if these are good ideas, then maybe we can all ask him, and maybe one of us will explain it correctly, so that maybe we can get some of this done. But the first thing that I think that, well, let me just go through the list. Decals, consistent meetups, and narrative campaign tournaments. Decals, this is something I talked to with a couple people. They think it's a really good idea, just from the small group that I talked to. But it would be really nice if OPR or just anybody, somebody in the community that maybe somebody's already done it, I just don't know about it, would make decals for the miniatures. They already have the designs in OPR. Maybe they could release it to somebody that they can trust or whatever. But my main issue is, yeah, I can clip it off the internet or whatever, but resizing it, getting it to the right size, it's trial and error. And I guess I have a fear of failure that, I'd like it to be set up. I'm sure somebody can do it very easily, that they have the Photoshop program. I don't have Photoshop. I used to know how to use GIMP, but it's been so long that I don't even know where to begin anymore. But it'd be awesome if they could just put out the file, whatever it is, so that we can print them out on our printers and then just put them on our miniatures. It would enhance the what they look like. They just need to have and then just tell us what recommended paper that we can buy from the store or Amazon or eBay, whatever, and we're on our way. I think this is a game changer in Epic because it's so hard to, when they start doing Epic, they really need to do this. But it's so hard to paint designs or schemes onto a very small miniature. And having decals, this is what happened when I played Flames of War. The decals completely changed the miniature, made them look so much nicer that, here's an example where you just got a couple of decals here, and they make the miniature really, really pop. Second thing, consistent meetups. I know they already try to do this, but they had some issues. I know he got robbed. He got sick. We don't need it to be perfect. I know he wants to do a great presentation every time. If there's something comes up, we understand. It's not going to be perfect. I'd rather it be consistent and on time than have everything that he wants in the meetup. The meetup's real strength is the communication between fans and him, and the ideas that we have, and get to go that back and forth. It's so wonderful. I just really want to be able to count on when he is going to be on, when Tano's going to be on. That way I can plan for it and I can be there live. Of course, I could watch, if he puts out something perfect and puts it on the video, if I don't know about it or if I'm not ready for it, I might miss it, and then I don't get that interaction that I really, really do want. So I just want to encourage him that, if he has to do it on the phone, if he's away, he's at a tournament, whatever, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be awesome. I just like to be there. This is one of the coolest things about OPR is this meetup and that fans can interact with the top of the leader chain, the chain of command. The last thing is narrative campaign tournaments. The demos are great, but I wanted to go to some of these campaign or these what do you call it? The conventions. Gosh, and I really wanted to go, and all they were doing were demos. And I'm just thinking to myself, I know how to play. I don't need a demo. But if they could just have a tournament there, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate, just, quote unquote tournament, where we know we're going to have somebody to play. And, if I'm going to travel, get hotels and really, make a big deal out of it, I want to know that I'm going to play OPR and not just do a demo. I want to go up against somebody who has an army and really wants to show off that army. And the tournament doesn't have to be competitive. I just want to know that I'm going to play somebody and that we're going to have fun playing the game. Like a meet and greet, a meet and play sort of event, coinciding with the demos would be, I think, enough for me to show up to a bunch of conventions. I wanted to go to Origins and Richmond Open and maybe even Gen Con. If they have something going on in the South, like North Carolina, South Carolina, somewhere around there, West Virginia, I would totally go to those things. CharCon, I think, is going on up there. These are places that I would love to go to, but I don't want to make the effort and then there's nobody to play. Maybe not even anybody to talk to. I know if there's a demo, I can at least talk to them about it, but I could talk to people on the internet about it. I want to play with my models. I want to have it, have a game there, a couple games at least. And the tournaments always do that. I know I'm going to get 3 games in and have fun and meet people, and that's why I want to go. I don't necessarily feel like I have to win to get a prize or anything. I just want to go there and have fun. And I was thinking about it'd be great if we had tournaments that had a higher goal than simply winning and dominating the tournament, where maybe you choose up teams and there is a grand campaign and we add up all the points to see which side takes over the planet or the resources or whatever. And then, the next tournament or the next convention, they can play off of that, say, hey, this side won, the Eternal Dynasty have taken over this planet and they're becoming strong, so now there's an alliance of whatever, just something like that would be non-linear, that depends on the players, would be awesome. I remember there was a card game. I know the new version is a little bit different, but Legend of the Five Rings, when they first came out, they had a system where they would record the tournaments, and then whatever happened in the game would affect the universe. So if one faction was victorious at a tournament, then they would get a new champion, or they would get a certain event card, or whatever. If one card of a character did particularly well or unexpectedly well, then they would get an upgraded card where they would have more power, more abilities in the next set of cards. I just thought that was so neat that the players were influencing the universe. And I would love to see that at the conventions. I would love to see that in organized play somehow, where people have clubs and they're assigned a certain campaign and they come up with their own narrative, their own circumstances of why these battles are going on. And then they record the results, they send it to OPR, and that becomes part of the lore. That becomes part of the history of this game. And I would love to see something like that. I really don't have the answer. I just have the question. I just have the idea that this would be amazing if we could figure this out. So that's it. Those are the only things that I wanted to talk about today that were just bouncing around my head. Let me know what you think. Am I way off base here? Are these good ideas? Is this something you would like to see? Maybe you have a solution to these narrative, campaign, nonlinear tournament ideas that I'm trying to just brainstorm through and come up with some decent ideas. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.